17 armed Marines, full tactical gear surround my dock. Yeah, my little slice of Michigan paradise. While Bethany Kensington, the HOA president in a pastel suit and the world's sharpest heels, just stands there frozen. She's clutching a folder worth $2.3 million, watching her big energy farm deal slip through her perfectly manicured hands. See, she thought she was evicting some broken down. Nobody had no clue I owned the whole island, let alone that the Marines owed me their lives. That's the thing about people like her. They're always fighting the last war, never the one right in front of them. 72 hours earlier, I'm dragging boxes into my cabin just a regular Tuesday, thinking maybe I'd finally left Afghanistan behind. I'm Decker Wolf, if that name means anything, and I'd just inherited something I never asked for, a 47-acre island and all the secrets hiding under it. Folks say Harrison Sterling was a tech billionaire, but to me, he was the dad who owed me a blood debt for getting his kid out of 6 miles of Taliban hell, 3 bullets in my back. This wasn't generosity. It was a trade paid in full. So there I am, breathing in that lakeside air, still smells like wet pine and hope, and suddenly engines are cutting through the morning. Not the usual putter of fishermen, but the angry roar of a 45-foot yacht hauling 4 people right up to my private dock like they're storming Normandy. Out steps Bethany Kensington, HOA president. She's got that weaponized smile, blonde helmet hair, sunglasses worth more than my truck, 3 men in black suits behind her like backup dancers. I set down my coffee white paint off my hands and walk out, paint-stained jeans, torn marine shirt, looking like I crawled out of a storage unit, which honestly wasn't far from the truth, 3 days ago. She leads with Mr. Wolf. I'm Bethany Kensington, president of the Lakeshore Homeowners Association. These gentlemen are my legal team. We need to discuss your situation. That smile, I swear, it's the kind you see before a shark bites. She flashes a folder, starts in on some HOA energy initiative, says the island. My island is a critical component for her green energy plan. Wind turbines, solar panels, a maintenance barn right where I was planning a therapy garden for veterans like me. It's a $2.3 million project, she says, beaming like she's just handed me a medal. Clean energy for the whole county. I laugh, but it's not funny. That Eastern Shore, I was going to scatter my squad's ashes there, guys, who never made it home. The Northern Tip. Only place I've slept through the night since Kandahar. So I ask what happens if I refuse. Bethany gives me that look, the one that says she's already checked my bank account and knows I don't have the fight in me. Legal fees could hit 6 figures. The HOA protects our interests. People in your position, well, they tend to fold. People in my position. She's done her homework, medical discharge, disability payments, the whole deal. But you know what she missed? 3 years in Afghanistan taught me something. Sometimes the underdog just makes a bigger target. Sometimes the bigger force is too clumsy to win. I tell her I'll need time to review. She hands me the folder like it's a subpoena and gives me 48 hours to comply or else. As her team marches off, I hear her mutter, "He's just another broken veteran, these guys always fold." That right there. That was the moment the war started. Not fear, not anger, just this cold clarity that I haven't felt since Helmand Province. Some battles you don't pick, they just find you. I spend the night combing through Bethany's paperwork pages of legalese and hereby obligated nonsense. But right in the middle is the ammunition. 47 families have already signed their land away for the promise of reduced HOA dues and a laughably tiny payout from Midwest Green Energy. Meanwhile, Bethany's getting $345,000 as a consultant. It's a con so simple it's almost beautiful if it wasn't wrecking lives. First call I make is to Patricia Wong, toughest lawyer I know, helped half my unit with VA claims. I explain, she whistles, says, "Don't sign, don't threaten, let me dig." 6 hours later, Patricia's voice is dead serious. Bethany's done this before, targets veterans, elderly folks, hits them with fines, legal threats, runs them out, or bullies them into signing. 2 former military homeowners committed suicide, 1 vanished. FBI's sniffing around, but nothing sticks. Then comes the twist. This island. Turns out Harrison Sterling didn't just leave me a hideaway, he left me a Cold War military test site. Still, federal property protected under the Strategic Asset Act. Any construction here, any at all, is a federal crime. I'm not just fighting for my home, I'm sitting on a live trap and Bethany's about to walk right into it. I brace for retaliation. The next dawn, 5 boats start circling, blasting music, trying to drive me nuts. I sit on my porch with coffee snap pictures, jot down numbers. Private security, a couple goons, amateurs compared to Taliban, but they're hoping I'll snap. Bethany even calls all sweet concern, suggesting maybe I'm unstable, that veterans like me might need a wellness check. She hints at getting the authorities involved, makes it clear she's coming for my mind if she can't take my land. So I flip the script. I was actually thinking of hosting a Marine retreat, 30 or 40 veterans. Should be good for the community, right? Silence on the line. She can't have a bunch of combat vets sniffing around asking questions about where all the other military families went. And then I drop Patricia's name, tell her the island's under federal jurisdiction. She stutters, real surprise in her voice now. I remind her about the Hendersons, the Torres family, the ones she bullied out. Should I keep going, I say, and the mask finally slips. You have 24 hours left. After that, you'll wish you'd taken the deal. She hangs up. By afternoon, she's gone full scorched earth. A drone buzzes the cabin taking video. I snap photos, call the sheriff. Young Deputy Mitchell shows up, shaking in his boots. His boss is Bethany's cousin Mayor, owes her husband's bank a fortune. Whole county's in her pocket. Still, he files the report, whispers, "Be careful, people who cross Bethany have accidents." That night I call Marcus Ghost Kane, old squad mate, now NCIS. Ghost need a favor, Bethany Kensington Lakeshore HOA. She's targeting vets, he doesn't even blink. Send everything you got. If she's hurting Marines, she's my target now. Midnight. I find a waterproof bag tied to my dock, inside a flash drive, a note. She destroyed my family. This is everything. Make her pay. A friend. The drive is gold emails, payments, recordings. The worst is Bethany laughing about James Torres's suicide. One less broken soldier polluting our community. I send everything to Patricia Ghost and Special Agent Donovan at the FBI. Patricia calls shaking, "This is it, get ready, she'll go nuclear." Day 2 escalation hits hard. Construction barge shows up, starts drilling in federally protected waters. I document play, distressed, let the violation build. When they're deep enough, I call Ghost, give the code 7, hostile action, former military site. Minutes later, Marines mobilize Coast Guard on standby, FBI ready to roll. Bethany's desperate calling non-stop, threatening to bury me in lawsuits. I calmly inform her she's breaking federal law, that the island's still under military protection. She screams, "I own this county, you're just another casualty." Not today. 3 hours later, her enforcers show up, big guys in vests, talking accidents, hinting I could disappear. I play along, let them cross the line. Marines swoop in, guns drawn. Riley Nash, old friend, leads the charge. The look on those goons' faces when they realize who they're up against, priceless. Decker Wolf can't inherit an island without starting a war. Riley laughs, zip-tying the enforcers. The construction crew's calling Bethany in a panic. Her intimidation has backfired in real time. Then the surprise Ashley Kensington, Bethany's own daughter, shows up. Turns out she's the one who sent the evidence. She hands me proof of millions stolen, tells me Bethany's about to pull the nuclear option, file an emergency order, claiming I'm insane, get me locked up for 72 hours and seize the island while I'm gone. Sure enough, lights cut out. Bethany's broadcasting live, rolling in with the sheriff and a psychiatrist trying to play hero for the cameras. But this time, the trap's set. Marines, hidden FBI waiting. I walk down the dock, no threat, just a tired Marine. Bethany accuses me of delusions, calls, and her doctor tries to paint me as unhinged. But Ashley steps forward, plays the recording of Bethany mocking a veteran's death live in front of thousands streaming online. Sarah Donovan flashes her badge. Bethany, her husband, the whole board, all arrested, every move caught on camera. HOA dissolved assets, frozen restitution for the families. And that's how you end a reign of terror with truth allies and a little bit of Semper Fi. 6 months later, the island's a sanctuary for vets. Gardens cabins a wall for the lost ghost running security, Riley teaching wilderness therapy, even the old sheriff volunteering. Ashley changed her name to Torres, speaking out for HOA reform. The Wolf-Torres Act gets past federal protection for veterans' property. Bethany, 22 years in federal prison, orange jumpsuit empire reduced to a cautionary tale. So let me ask you, was it justice? Did she get what she deserved? Or does the system always find a way to let the powerful slither out? Drop a comment. Tell me what you think about HOA, power, veteran rights, or just share your story, because sometimes the best way to fight back isn't with bullets or lawsuits, but by shining a light so bright nobody can hide. And if you've ever faced off against a bully in a pastel blazer, you know exactly what I mean.